Jim, a bunch of the listeners have sent over several different articles from different places, all centered around, let me open one of these, Action Bronson. I don't know if you remember Action Bronson. He is
Wait a minute. Action Bronson was one of the celebrities that they had do a match in AEW at one point.
Well, he does Hook's theme music.
Okay.
Entrance music, theme music, like he's Batman.
Yep.
His entrance music.
Well, he's got a hook signal.
That's right. But he did the hooks in the song. Action
That's
Bronson.
right. And he was the one, he was bigger than all the boys and it was handled himself pretty well from what I remember.
And that was a local show. It was a New York show, and he's a New York guy. Here's some quotes. He was on the Ariel Helwani show. That's usually where trouble starts. Every time someone's on that show. Here's the quote. Asked if he wanted another match. He was dismissive. And then he said, "You know what they do? They don't call you back." I never got called back. There was an angle there. I'm ready right now. I'm ready for whoever.
Oh, my God.
Ariel asked him if
he thinks he can come in and be a contender.
Ariel asked him if he liked being backstage at AEW. At first he said yes, and then here's what he said. Actually, no. I enjoy the act. I don't like the backstage is weird over there. It's just weird. It was just like everyone's cliquey. You could tell it was weird vibes. So,
wow, even the novices can kind of pick up on this shit.
If you have a celebrity, and we've seen this time after time in just the last few years alone with WWE, if you have a celebrity that really wants to be a part of it, you end up using them, it kind of works. They're over, and they're willing to do more, and they set up an angle. You don't call them, you ghost them too?
Well,
you ghost them like they're jelly Nutella?
But hold on here now, because this guy also sounds like he's there. Well, I'll go in there and, I can have a pay-per-view match with so-and-so. We don't know how he was to deal with. And I'm not trying to defend by any means the talent, management skills, and et cetera of the AEW company as a whole over there. But does this guy sound like does he realize it was kind of a gift because he's a celebrity, or does he think he's ready to be a championship wrestler?
I don't know, but again, Bad Bunny.
Yeah, but I remember Bad Bunny being better than Bad Bronson.
But we didn't know that. You know what I mean? That's a case of someone who was a wrestling fan and WWE embraced it, and he ended up really involved for a while there. I'm sure he'll be back at some point.
But you can tell. You can not only if you work the guy out just to see where he's at physically, but attitude-wise and the way but you've got to have a professional organization in place before you can expect the amateurs to come in and understand what the protocol is.
I have some things here from the Observer website article on this, but there's no actual quote. In his lone match in September 2022, as part of Rampage Grand Slam, it wasn't even on Dynamite, on Rampage Grand Slam, he teamed with Hook against Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. During the interview with Ariel Helwani, he intimated he wanted to do more in the match, but that his opponents didn't want to take some of his offense, like a top rope splash.
Okay.
or a face buster.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, come on, bust my face, Bronson. See, that's what I'm talking about. Because it's such a, hey, kids, let's put on a show atmosphere. These people think they can come in and, I'll do this and that because it's all, and I'm sorry, but a lot of guys, even some of these guys from the indies, don't want a 280-pound fat fuck that's never wrestled before to jump off the top rope on their fucking bodies.
Well, Bronson, a big wrestling fan, said he trained
I'm sure he is.
Said he trained for 8 weeks for the match at Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York, with Taz and Hook.
Okay, and by the way, guys used to train longer than 8 weeks in OVW to get on the show at the flea market, and this guy trained for 8 weeks to be at the Arthur Ashe Stadium on television.
He said he was in the ring for 2 to 3 days a week, and he was training on the off days, and that MJF even showed up on some days he 100% wants to wrestle again, and that if he gets the call for a big show, he's there.
How old is this guy?
He also intimated he would wrestle for WWE and mentioned fellow musician and occasional WWE wrestler Bad Bunny as an opponent. Okay, so maybe this guy's just setting up his own angles all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. Bunny versus Bronson. Book it now, baby. I don't know. I get gas from all these people.
Did you ever have that happen to you? You leaned in a little bit to someone who was a local celebrity or just a celebrity or anyone like that, and they got too close, they wouldn't leave? You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. There was one here in Louisville. There was an attorney that was the son of an actually well thought of attorney, but the son was nuts. But he had a sheriff's deputy, or he was some law enforcement official. I don't want to misquote it now. That had kind of, I think, had some intimate knowledge of wrestling on a limited basis. And, oh, this guy could sell a bunch of tickets and we could do this and that. Because the lawyer was a Mark II, so I put him on a show, and the lawyer wanted to tackle the cop afterwards and do something. I said, no, you can't do anything to look like shit. Don't. So he did it anyway, and it looked like shit. He tackled the guy and fell off him, and they did some phony-ass bullshit. When he got back, I was screaming, cussing at him. And he was standing there slack-jawed like, I can't believe somebody's talking to me this way. I said, you fucking idiot. You fucking exposed the goddamn entire business. We said, don't do anything physical. What the fuck? I said, I'm gonna walk over here. When I come back, don't be here. I'm going to fucking kill you. And I turned around and left. I think one of the boys said, I think he's serious. And he got mad and fucking left. But the cop wasn't a bargain, because he had his own entrance music on a cassette or a CD, whatever the format was then, years ago. He brought it in. It even had a voiceover on the entrance music.
What?
He is here. He has arrived. Officer Yancey. I've kept this.
No.
I kept this CD. He is the law enforcement officer of the year, and he served on this thing, and he is here, and he has arrived. And God damn it. I'm like, we sold 250 tickets, but fuck. Anyway, that was that. Yeah. What was your question?
I'm sorry. He has arrived, got me.
He has arrived. And he is here. He did both. He arrived and got here.
My question was about guys who got very close to the business and wouldn't leave.
Well, there you go. There was one of them.
All right. Well, Jim, let's get another.
He left after I cussed him.